Yo, what is up guys? Echo Define back with another video. Today I'm gonna start a series. It's gonna be a how-to series. So first off, we're gonna have a couple. I'm just gonna talk you through how we're gonna do this. So we're gonna have a couple of videos: how to tune and build an all-wheel drive car, a rear-wheel drive car, a front-wheel drive car, for digs, for drag racing digs. A dig is where you start from standstill and then someone either does the horn, says the go, or does the light, and then you go down the track. However long the track is, it means how many gears you need. So let's get started. For all of these tunes and upgrades and cars that you're building, you're going to want to use manual clutch. But maybe in the rolls, depending on what car you have, you may want a manual car. So firstly, let's build a stock engine, I don't know, Evo or Subi. Let's just go Subaru. Let's build a STI hatch. Nice red. So you want to be in, obviously you want to be in manual clutch, and you're probably going to want to use the two-step launch where you hold the A button, the accelerator, the clutch in, and then let go of the A button and press down the A button again, and your RPM will jump up. Get that up to a good RPM range, and then let it rip. So let's get into the upgrades. Because we're going to build a stock engine one, we're not going to want to touch swap engine or drivetrain swap, because it already comes all-wheel drive. You want to try and make the car as light as possible, so obviously you don't want aero in the front. You won't want a wing because it won't do anything in all-wheel drive cars, that is. Skirts normally add on weight, but the hood normally decreases the weight. Oh, on this car it doesn't. Okay, doesn't matter, we'll just leave it stock. So obviously race tyres or horizon tyres, they don't really make a difference. I'm just going to go with regular ones. I do not upgrade the front tyre size on all-wheel drive cars. Leave it stock. You want to upgrade the rear, so we got 255s. You want to get some light rims on. I recommend using either these rims, which do look quite nice, or if we go back a little bit, these rims, which also do look quite nice. I'm going to go with these. You don't want to upgrade the rim size. So now you want to go to clutch, upgrade the clutch, transmission, driveline, and differential. Now we're going to want to go to the brakes. You want to upgrade the brakes, extra taking weight off. Off-road suspension or race suspension? That is a good question. Currently, I use off-road suspension in all my drag cars, apart from front wheel drive. So rear wheel drive and all wheel drive, race, rally suspension even. You want both anti-roll bars because it decreases weight for some reason, and you can change the stats on the roll bars so you can make it launch harder or softer or whatever you want to do. Race weight reduction to make your car go faster basically. And then you want to get every single upgrade in the engine section. Exhaust, cams, displacement, turbo, intercooler, coil and cooling, and flywheel. So, rear wheel drive, you do not want a flywheel because it makes you spin more. Front wheel drive, I don't use a flywheel either. So I guess it's just an all wheel drive. Right, so that's the build done for the stock engine all-wheel drive Subaru. Now let's head over to the tuning. So what you're going to want to do is, I always put my front at 15, just because why not? Some people say, oh, if you put it up, it decreases area of the tyre touching the floor because the tyre is more pumped up. Yeah, whatever, okay, doesn't matter. Forza obviously doesn't work like that. Just going to put a final drive that looks around decent. Leave them all straight. Anti-roll bars all the way stiff. Springs stiff in the front, halfway in the rear. The reason we do halfway, or the reason I don't do all the way soft in the rear, is because, and you want to raise the ride height in the front and lower it in the rear. The reason I don't have it all the way soft in the rear is because when the car launches, the weight transfer goes to the back, but if you have your rebound stiffness too soft, it will bounce back up and you'll start spinning. I'll demonstrate it in a second. So if we push this up a little bit, dampening 10.6, 10.5.3, that seems about right. Right, differential. I normally have it about 61 or 62. You want to put it as front and rear, and then you're probably going to want it 2 clicks towards the front from what the stock is, depending on what car you're in. So let's go outside and let me explain why I don't. Right, so let me explain why I don't put soft suspension in the rear, or ultra soft suspension. Right, so a good way to test where you need to launch your car from if it's all-wheel drive, if you hold it down like a 2K launch like you would in rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive, and then you tap the clutch, you see it's staying about there, isn't it? 4,750. So you want to go a little bit higher from there. So a 5K launch, that was very soft. So we can make sure, we can lower the front, lower the first gear. And we want to make this a 4-speed because it doesn't have enough power to be a 3-speed. So a short second gear is good, a slightly longer third gear for pull, and then a shorter 4th gear, just so you can get to the finish line. Let's see if this is any good. Somewhere around 5K is fine. So it's still a little bit too long. So let's shorten it even more. Put it about there, see what happens. We're getting there, it's still not quite there though. Let's just go on to the flat road. We can do another one. Yeah, it's still way too long. So let's make it a lot shorter, and then we should be able to launch harder. That was a little bit better. You can feel the vibration in the controller starting to work. Yep, so a little bit more. So that was a little bit too much, but that's fine. Right, let me show you why I don't put all the stuff soft in the rear. So let's go springs, all the way soft, dampening in the rear, all the way soft. Watch this thing bounce. I'll show the camera from the side in a second. So get it on the 5K. Right, watch. Every time it shifts gears, it goes up and down, and then when you start getting to higher speeds, it starts bouncing around. It doesn't work. I don't think it works. I see people bouncing around on the top of third, I'm just like, okay, yep. I'm just going to overtake you with cruise. It doesn't work. I don't know why people do it. Yeah, you don't want that in your car. So, a good tune, if you want to put the springs all the way soft in the rear to make it look cool, you want to raise the rebound stiffness to about 4. I'm going to put it at 4.1. And you want to raise the bump stiffness to about 3. So hopefully it shouldn't do that weird bumping around. It's doing it a little bit, but it's harder to notice. So yeah, that is basically how to tune an all-wheel drive car. Stock engine Subaru, the hatch. Go over the tune one more time so that you guys can use it. The gears could do with a little work, tune for 1/4 mile, but you can. It's not difficult to do that. All the way straight, stiff, soft, up, down. Aero, none. Brakes, don't need them. Well, you do, but and there's the diff. So there you go, guys. There's your stock engine hatch Subaru. Manual with clutch, of course. See you in the next video where I'm going to do front wheel drive review.